Cool.
Hi, chat.
Hi, chat. Don't think I didn't see you mention Origami King.
Yeah, I saw it. We all saw it.
We all saw it.
We saw it, man. Going back to kind of the beginning of chat. I just wanted to mention what, Blake?
Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
I just wanted to mention that Blue Moon Kraken was mentioning a lot of like MMOs and MMORPGs. And I thought really hard about whether or not I wanted to include one of those games in my list. I was thinking World of Warcraft, something along those lines. Because those games have so many players and are so influential, but like I don't have as much experience with them, so they didn't make my list.
I'm going to be honest. I thought Ocarina was going to be your number one. I thought it was going to be my number two and your number one.
I think Ocarina probably would have been my number one. But, like, I just had so much info on PT. I think PT, like I said, excited me so much because, like, yes, Ocarina of Time for me personally is one of my favorite games, but I didn't personally witness the revolution it had in gaming. Whereas I personally witnessed what PT did every single day when another PT clone came out, when people were scrambling to make one-for-one remakes. Seeing other games, like, there's so many indie games that tried to be exactly what PT was, just a little different. Like, the looping hallways. I can't name them because they were, like, small indie games back in the day, but, like, I personally witnessed what this game did and was a part of that, and I think for me, that pushed it to number one.
The amount of platinums Emily got on small indie horror games in 2020, we had this weird, we never called it a competition, but we kept, like, trying to get it.
It wasn't a competition. I could never have beaten you, Blake.
No, you were beating me at the beginning. You were ahead of me by leagues. Remember? I had like 3 and you had like 9.
But I think in this scenario we were like the tortoise and the hare. Like I had slowly been collecting those platinums over like the years. Like I did like the Syndicate Platinum and the Odyssey Platinum, like before I even met you.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those. And I think you didn't really do that. But once you started the Platinum journey, you were on it, man. Whereas I was still just kind of taking my time.
I wanted to start back in I think I told you the story. I wanted to start back in 2015 with Fallout 4. That was supposed to be my first platinum. But there was a game-breaking bug at that time when I needed 1 trophy left that I could not get the settlement trophy. And after I couldn't get it, I was waiting for a patch. I'm like, I'm just done waiting. And I didn't really platinum anything. And then Spider-Man 2018 comes around. And that was my first platinum. Huh?
I still haven't played that.
That's a mistake. We're about to get Spider-Man 2, Em. Come on.
I know.
It's so good. And it's a very easy platinum. I worked to get that platinum, and I was like, I got this rush. My second platinum's not a real platinum. It is a 99-cent game called My Name is Mayo. And you just continuously tap a jar of mayo over and over again, and it changes costumes and gives you story bits.
You're telling me about this. That's incredible. I don't remember what my first platinum was. I think some of the first ones I actively went for, and I'd have to like go back through my list, but was probably Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And I think I just liked that game so much that I was like, tell me what to do, and I'll do it. And then I think my other one was actually Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yep.
Was one of my first platinums. And that game was such a pain to platinum.
You did it on PS4, though. And I did, too. The PS3 platinum is worse. Because you know how on the PS4, if you play Proud Mode, it covers your other 2 trophies slots?
No, I did it on the PS3.
The PS3 is worse. Because not only do you have to do Proud, normal, and easy for those 3 to go. It didn't do with the PS4.
I didn't own it on the PS4 at that point. So like this was when I was in college and I didn't have my own PlayStation. I was using Tia's, and so I originally bought 1.5 for the PS3, and it wasn't until later that I went in. And I originally played Kingdom Hearts on the PS2. That was the version Cassie had at the time and she gave me. So I played originally on the PS2 where you can't skip cutscenes. And the number of times I saw ew, not Clayton, devastating to my mental state. And then I think I platinumed it on the PS3, and then I played it again on the PS. Maybe I platinumed it on the PS4. I don't remember.
Yeah, because the PS3 you had to play it 3 times to platinum it. Because unlike the PS4, if you played on proud mode, it popped all the difficulty trophies and all that. I had to play it twice to platinum. I had to play it twice to platinum it on the PS4 version because I did the Kingdom Key only run and my less than 15 hours run at the same time.
On the same one?
On easy mode.
That's what I did. And I did it on easy mode. And then Cassie, the gremlin, did try to do that on like
proud mode?
Proud mode. And I was like, Cassie, why would you do that to yourself? You know, you can just put it on easy and it will still give you the trophy. It doesn't care what mode you play it on. You just have to do it in less than 15 hours and use this Kingdom Key.
Yep.
But I remember I had like a detailed journal for that game of like where the mushrooms that I had gotten and like you had to get the certain things like the certain gems from like the Sniper Wilds and like the mushroom to get like craft the things you needed. And I had like a journal where I was writing down all the things I needed for Kingdom Hearts 1.
Kingdom Hearts 2, I still think is worse. Kingdom Hearts 2 was
I haven't finished it yet.
I know. Trust me. Well, you kept telling me you did until I finished it. And then you're like, oh, I never did critical mode.
Well, that's how you know it was harder than Kingdom Hearts 1 because I still did all the nonsense in the Kingdom Hearts 1 Platinum. And I think the ones I have left are like critical mode. And I think I have the skateboarding trophy. I don't think I have that one yet. And maybe a couple gummy ship ones.
Kingdom Hearts 2, the critical mode wasn't bad for me. It was everything else. It was all the doing the mushroom 13 and then...
Ooh, those boys were rough.
Yeah. G said on... go ahead.
I was just going to say that stupid bouncy house one outside of Jensen's tower.
Never again. Actually, no, because I plan on going and platinum the PS3 versions and losing my... I haven't platinumed a game in like a year and a half. It's been a long time.
Tia and I are currently working on a platinum. It's a very difficult game. It's called Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir: Rise of the Sphinx.
I want to play this game.
It's a game for children, based off a television show for children.
I'm going to play this game now.
That I actively watch, and it's a co-op game, Blake, and one of you plays as Ladybug, one of you plays as Cat Noir, and it is, it's incredibly boring, and it's not very well done at all, and it's really terrible.
Oh, never mind. I was about to say, I have a wife, but no, I don't. If it's like that, we're not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole.
It's not a very well made game.
G says, on a side note, I was going to say, I reckon that Splinter Cell was a true cornerstone for the stealth genre. I didn't.
You mentioned that earlier as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
I just want to say I saw it.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. Good.
I've never played.
Neither have I. I never played Splinter Cell.
I don't know what it is.
It's a stealth like shooter.
Oh, I'm sure you're correct, G. I'm sure, but I just I don't know it. So I like Assassin's Creed a lot.
My shooter game really extends to Fallout and BioShock. It doesn't really go outside of that too much. I'm not a big shooter game.
The Last of Us.
I only played 6 hours of that with you 2 years ago, and we never went back to it.
You shouldn't say we. You never went back to it.
You finished it, and you played the remake.
I've played The Last of Us several times. I've played the whole game multiple times. I haven't finished the remake yet, but I have done the DLC as well. And I watched the TV show.
I don't know the ending of The Last of Us still, so somehow
What?
You know this. What? I don't know the ending. I don't know what happens.
Oh no! Do you know what happens in the second game?
I know that Ellie's there, and Ellie has a girlfriend, and I know Ellie can't be infected.
Oh no, there's so much. You're so pure and innocent. You're untainted by the knowledge of this world.
I have a strong feeling that Joel dies, but I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I don't.
Oh, now you really need to beat it.
Wait, geez, I don't think Blake should finish it off. It's the same reason I haven't read. What?
What?
It's the same reason I haven't read or watched the Hunger Games, because I know if I do, I'm just going to be disappointed by what happened.
I actually think the Hunger Games had a pretty satisfying ending.
I've heard people got really
I don't think
upset.
the Hunger Games... I don't think The Hunger Games is in the same league as the ending to The Last of Us.
I just know that people wanted something good to happen with PETA, and it never did, and they got it. Or something happened with PETA, and they got upset about it.
PETA and Katniss get married and have children and live happily ever after, so I don't know what people are upset about.
Spoilers, Emily! I don't
Like, the books came out forever ago. The movies came out in, like, 2012. It's time to know the ending. Katniss and PETA get married and have multiple children and live happily ever after. The end.
My brother didn't even read those. My brother read the Aragon series. The whole Aragon series.
I've read the Hunger Games series, and I'll probably read the prequel before the movie comes out, because I do want... The movie are always very well done. I didn't care for the books as much, but, like, the Hunger Games movies are very good.
Jennifer Lawrence.
You forgot what happened to Katniss' sister, though. I didn't forget. She dies.
Well, rip.
It sucks.
I probably never delve into it, so.
It's a good time. Still, not as rough as the ending to The Last of Us.
Did it just get like dark over there for you? Because your green screen is very pronounced now.
I see. He's struggling. No, it's been dark, but I guess it's slowly getting darker. I
don't know what happened.
It's getting darker.
Something caused this to happen, because this is recent. I didn't notice, unless chat noticed it earlier. I didn't notice this earlier.
I think it's been slowly getting darker throughout the course of the stream. It's not the best green screen in the world.
Yeah, well, also the light. I think it's mainly a lighting thing. The green screen seems to be fine. We just need to get you a light, some kind of light.
I don't have a light. I live in the darkness.
Well, I mean, the room light's off for me. I just have the giant ring in front of me. That's what you've seen.
Oh, I have my ring light for my webcam, and I have the Blake lamp, and then I have the overhead light on.
It's the Blake lamp. Oh, you didn't have to hold up the Blake is wrong sign this entire time.
Not once. I mean, you were pretty on par this time. I thought you had good picks.
I know. I mean, I didn't even say anything bad about Ocarina of Time.
No, you didn't. You did. I think you did good.
Yeah.
Actually, okay, wait. I'm gonna go back and scroll through chat for a minute, because people said a lot of really good stuff.
I feel like he was close. No, I was just pointing out that there was fast travel in other games. That's all I was doing. But it wasn't... A Link to the Past did have fast travel, I'm pretty sure, but once again, I have to look it up. Mario 3's fast travel was more of you get a whistle and you skip, like, 2 worlds.
If you're still here, Sonic is a good pick.
Oh.
And if I had to pick between Pinball or Tetris, I would pick Pinball.
Pinball for the Windows XP system that you used to play during school instead of doing what you're supposed to do. The old space.
Didn't do that.
You didn't play 3D Space Pinball that came on every Windows machine?
I played that at my home.
I love 3D Space Pinball. I want to watch the Tetris show on Apple TV.
Blue Moon Kraken says, if you want an amazing 2D platformer, go play The Messenger.
I have the Messenger.
Color.
I own the Messenger. I'm pretty sure it's on Switch. I know I have it. I have Moonlighter. I don't have the Messenger.
He also says he loves Outlast, which is an incorrect opinion.
I don't love Outlast.
Those of you who still are wondering, I did post the photo of the 3 romanceable boys in Blake's Discord under photos of life. Blake, have you had the chance to just kind of...
No, Emily, I was chatting in a podcast.
No, that's fine. It's fine. I would just love for you to take a quick peek. And know that you can't see the top of the blonde boy's head, because the man in the front has a very large green pointy hat.
I'm gonna say I don't like the
guy on the left is the alcoholic farmer.
He looks
and
too
then
much
the guy
like
in the middle.
He looks
like a what?
He looks too much like a Gen X dad who's about to go off about his right-wing politics.
Well, he is an alcoholic, so and the guy in the middle is the guy who sleeps till 1 p.m.
Yeah, the guy on the right is complete opposite. And the middle one's a child.
Yeah. So.
Those
Those are the options. We talked about Minecraft, which we never played.
Yeah, I think
And that's,
people on YouTube are gonna rage about us not talking about Minecraft.
they can get over it. I don't care about Minecraft. Paper Mario. What a good pick. I love Paper Mario. Forget the Origami King. Terrible game. Absolute garbage. I'm gonna do a whole podcast on the Origami King. And talking about why it's a bad game.
You're gonna do a whole podcast. What was that?
Well, you didn't beat it,
Oh.
so I figured I'd just rant.
Oh, I screwed up.
What'd you do?
Oh, I guess it's fine in this case. The sound went off because we got a raid in. Cass, thank you for the raid.
Cass, thank you for the raid.
Normally, if this was the podcast, I wouldn't mention it, but we're in the after party, so it's okay.
We are.
Yeah, the sound's not supposed to go off whenever we're in the podcast.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, well, yeah, I know you can't hear it.
Hi, beautiful Raider friends.
Quick recap for our lists. We'll both do ours. My number 5 was Guitar Hero and DDR. My number my number 4 was Celeste.
Second time you skipped number 4.
Yeah, it's because they have them. I wrote them in the wrong order on my paper. My number 4 was Celeste. My number 3 was Elder Scrolls Skyrim. My number 2 was A Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time. And my number 1 was Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario 64.
My number 5 was GoldenEye. My number 4 was Sims/Harvest Moon. My number 3 was Assassin's Creed. My number 2 was Ocarina of Time. And my number 1 was PT, the playable teaser for the Silent Hills game that never came out.
I don't do
And speaking of G mentioned that PT is M's box of chocolates for horror games and that Kojima is such an artist. And he's correct on both accounts.
Oh, Kojima. I
love that game.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who think Perfect Dark is superior to GoldenEye. There are a lot of people who do. I own a copy of one of my coworkers. He's no longer a coworker, but he learned I never played Perfect Dark, and he had like 4 copies of Perfect Dark on the N64, and he just sent me one. So
nice of him.
I have a copy. I played it a little bit that one time before the move because someone had asked me to, and I know. I remember this person. Yes. Yeah.
I've never played Perfect Dark, so I can't tell you if it's superior to GoldenEye. I just know I love GoldenEye, and I actually loved its sequel, The World Is Not Enough, more. I love that game.
I'm shocked neither of us mentioned any GameCube games. I mean, you can technically say Ocarina of Time was on the GameCube because it is, but it's not.
Because I had the Master Quest. I have that game actually right here.
I know. The fact that you have that, you don't know how much that is worth. That is worth a lot of money.
My parents kind of were on the ball as a child because I played Ocarina of Time with my sister a lot as a small baby. And they were like, wow, our child really likes Zelda. And so for my next birthday, they bought me the Wind Waker, the Master Quest, and a GameCube.
Oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was.
Oh, so I don't have a rare and priceless artifact. Look, I have.
It's still expensive. Don't get me wrong. It's still expensive.
Look at the priceless gems I have. I have this Wind Waker for the GameCube.
That is over $100.
I have Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door for the GameCube.
That is over $100.
And I have the Master Quest for the GameCube.
Okay, so it looks like there are complete in box listings for about $70. It's still $70 for a game that's from 2000, 2001,
and
or 2003.
Super Smash Bros. Melee. Another good one.
I have a case for Melee. I just don't have the game.
Well, that seems a little useless.
I don't know how that happened, but this is the case I had when I originally owned the game. I don't know what happened to the game at all.
Living the dream. My parents said no game, so it's for the devil. Mine are like, we found something our child is interested in. Please buy her the game. I didn't know what Wind Waker was. I would not have gone and bought that game for myself, but my parents bought me the GameCube, Wind Waker, and Ocarina of Time Master Quest for my birthday one year. My
parents used to be just like yours. They were under the impression that playing video games would burn your brain cells. I think they still believe that. It definitely doesn't. There's been no side. Video games have been villainized for so long.
It's true.
Yet movies are fine somehow. I'm not getting into that.
I wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon as a child.
I wasn't
I was
either.
allowed to play video games. I don't understand the logic behind that one, but
You've seen this Pokemon Power Pastor video, haven't you?
I don't know what that means.
So the reason this blew up is there's this pastor in 1998 or something. He's going on about how Pokemon is the world of demonic. They have special powers, blah, blah, blah. Shmoyoho, the person who did Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife, and Double Rainbow, made the remix of it called Pokemon Power. And it is so funny.
I love that man. I will send me a link and I will watch it.
It is. I will send you a link because it's still 10 out of 10 video. Yeah, no, my parents very much believe. I also had I went to very, very religious private schools in elementary school, like Christian schools. We had one lady who has recently been featured in a documentary called Jesus Camp. She came to my school to talk about, to my elementary school to talk about how if we were to ever engage in anything Harry Potter, that is sinful and we'd probably go to hell.
My grandma called Harry Potter Heresy Potter. I think that's the funniest she's ever been.
Heresy. Oh my goodness.
Rainey says, my family thought I'd stop playing video games when I became an adult because they saw it as only something kids do. I think my family thought the same, but they know better now.
I think so. Of course, gaming was something for only kids did when we were kids, but we grew up and we never got tired of them. We stayed in them, and that's why I think the last decade, the gaming industry really is when it really took off. We're talking like The Last of Us and the Uncharted's and all that. Call of Duty can kiss my ass.
Well, I also think it has something to do with not to get too it's not political about it, but just like the way in the last like decade or two, it hasn't been. I think there was a kind of this exception that when people grew up and became adults, they had to have children and get married and like kind of lose all their hobbies and just like make their hobbies about their children. And now that people have children, I mean, people who do have children are still keeping their hobbies and finding ways to have children and hobbies. And then the people who don't have children are also keeping their hobbies. So I think there's more like free time for parents as well as people who aren't parents. Whereas before it was kind of like, you know, your children's hobbies became your hobbies or like that kind of thing.
My friends,
if that makes sense.
My friends have been teaching their daughter how to play the original Super Mario Bros. On the NES and teaching her to play games and to get, because they met playing Final Fantasy 14, and they've been married.
That's adorable.
They're great. Go ahead.
G says Pokemon was the Hellfire Club of its time.
Yep.
I believe that.
Yep, it was.
I wasn't allowed to watch it.
Yeah, D&D in the 80s was the same. It was the same thing. Same thing. You know what's weird? I couldn't watch Harry Potter, but Lord of the Rings was fine. Nothing wrong with Lord of the Rings.
You know, weird how parents make decisions like that. I wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon, but like I was watching The Mummy with Brendan Fraser and like disaster movies that would scar me for life I'm still afraid to go on cruise ships, and I was watching all that like at a very young age.
What was I gonna say? I wasn't allowed to watch Johnny Bravo growing up. And then my mom,
he was a little saucy.
Yeah, here's the thing. As a kid, I didn't get it. My mom watched the episode, loved it, and then we were allowed to watch it. And now as an adult and seeing clips, I'm like, I shouldn't have watched that.
Yeah, like I watched it as a child too, and like now I see clips of that. I'm like, he said that?
It's still, to me, it is still hysterical. Like it is, because here's the positive message of it is that he always got, you know, beaten up for being a misogynistic pig. Like there was a positive, like, don't be an asshole or this is what will happen. So there was a positive swing to it. However,
it was an interesting show. There are a lot of shows where I look back and I'm like, you know, especially now where there's kind of like that wave of people being like, you know, I remember the most recent one I can think of is when that movie Turning Red came out.
Yep.
And people were losing their minds because like the child was telling their parents to like shut up, or like they referenced periods or whatnot. And they're like, this is what mainstream media has become. Isn't it so disgusting? And I'm like, y'all, are we literally forgetting what the TV shows and movies of our age did? Like, literally Ariel sacrificed her voice and her legs to a sea witch who like had little people plants and like abandoned her home and her father in defiance of him to go find a boy. Like, and or saying telling your parents to shut up is crazy. Like, that's bananas.
I mean, look back at just Ren and Stimpy and Cow and Chicken. Watch one episode and tell me that Turning Red is worse. You can't.
Yeah. Or even like, you know, like what's it, like Pocahontas, right? Like they literally murder someone together in that movie, and then it's like there's just so much when you look back where you're like, or what did I watch? I watched The Hunchback of Notre Dame very recently. I hadn't seen it in like a decade, and literally the opening to that movie is like a boat of gypsies who get attacked and murdered.
Yep.
And then one of them has the baby, and they're like, this baby's so disgusting, and they try to drown it in a well.
Bambi.
And then they talk about like they literally try to murder a baby in the well, and then they talk about the pits of hell.
Let's talk about Bambi, where you see a child's mother get murdered before his eyes. Traumatizing.
Yeah, like, and people are like, no, this was fine, but referencing periods is too much.
For a PG movie. For a thing that actually happens to people. Okay.
For a movie about teens. Okay, sorry, we're getting off topic, but like...
we're about at end. But we'll read the last couple comments and then we'll sign off. Let's see. I think the what is that? Prominence.
Where are you?
I found it. I got it. I can't read. I think the prominence.
Where are you? Oh yeah, that is prominence.
What happened to you? You disappeared. You're just.
Where did it go?
You're just lines. No.
My webcam on Discord looks fine. I think this is a you problem.
I don't think so, Em. Hold on.
My webcam on Discord is still going through, and it's still going through fine.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna call her back. Pick up, Em. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're back. I got you back.
What happened to me?
I don't know, dude. Are you one of those?
That was scary.
Are you one of those aliens that the news is talking about?
It's a little scary.
Okay. Anyways,
my pixels. My video is not looking good.
Yeah, it's been doing that since the after party started.
I think it started before because I have a sub, and I kind of thought it was maybe just my internet, like how it was seeing Twitch. But you still look great.
Anywho, what G was saying, I think the prominence. Yes, I think stop. I can't read. I think the prominence of esports has also helped to keep the gaming scene going for some of the older crew. Yeah, I guess esports though. Esports feels very. I don't know. Esports are very. They still what our parents wouldn't even touch. With a 10-foot pole. I think there was a thing about saying that esports would go to the Olympics, and my dad was like, he wasn't happy about it, which I don't know why, but.
Just wanted to reference that time earlier in the podcast tonight where you laughed at me for pronouncing Navi as Navi.
Okay, there's a difference between I'm illiterate.
No, just be a little humble. Just be a little humbled by how long it took you to figure out the word prominence.
Listen, it's hard.
Feel humbled.
It's hard. I do numbers and I don't do read. I don't do read.
Navi was something 6-year-old Emily created, and sometimes I'm tired of reworking my brain to remember it's Navi. Sometimes 6-year-old Emily just has to pronounce it Navi.
Anywho.
Just let me live.
On that note, that is the after party. We will be back in 2 weeks. So what day is that?
I don't know. I haven't updated my calendar yet.
That is the 16th. The 16th of August.
That should be great for me.
I have nothing going on in August other than a birthday
party.
Wait.
Incoming information. I have an important bulletin from Mrs. Beard herself. She says to please tell her husband that she will embarrass him on the podcast if he leaves spare change in his pocket even one more time. Oh, wait. I just did. End of communication. End of broadcast.
Oh, no. Yeah, that tracks. I used cash this weekend at the card show.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I forgot I had spare change. I forget about it because I never have it. And Clip. All right, cool. We will be back on the 16th. I have nothing going on except this weekend. I have a birthday party I have to go to, and then the next week there's a card show here in my hometown. So,
ooh, gonna go get some more.
I'm gonna go with my dad and brother. I don't think we get anything though, so we're just gonna hang out.
That's what you say now, but I bet you get something.
We'll see.
That was so high pitched in my ears.
Well.
Hey, that's fun.
On that note, it's been wonderful chatting. Start your list of your top 5 favorite games of all time.
That's hard. I mean, the good news is I already made a top 10 or 11 list on Twitter like a year or so ago, so I just gotta like work from there.
I mean, it's probably changed.
Wait. Are they our favorite games, or are they like games that influenced us, like our gaming journey?
That's what I was trying to say was favorite.
Okay, you want to do favorite.
That's your call. I'm fine with either.
Okay, no, let's do favorite, because if we do influential, my list is going to be very repetitive, because like my first game was Ocarina of Time. Assassin's Creed led me into playing more like PlayStation games. Like, it was going to be a lot of the same.
Okay, cool. Then I think we're good.
So we'll do favorite. We'll do our favorite.
Cool. On that note, chat, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. You'll see me tomorrow on stream. You'll see Emily. Oh, I don't know when Emily will go live again.
Stream at some point. I promise. I also think you all should know that I've had Audacity going this entire time. Thank you.
I didn't call you out because I knew that.
I just wanted everybody else to know.
Cool. On that note, we will see you guys all in 2 weeks. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube, like the videos that we post, and comment. It feeds the algorithm. Emily, promote. She won't.
I sure will.
We'll see.
I sure will.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.